You see a white dog walking through the snow, and for a second, your brain gets it wrong. But the most interesting part begins when it turns toward a person. Standing before us is a shepherd that was once made an outsider among its own kind by a single color. From here, the boundary becomes even thinner. The white Swiss shepherd dog, the extremely rare blue bay shepherd, and then breeds in which the wolf is no longer a metaphor. Why do people keep trying to bring a wolf into their homes? And at what point does a striking appearance begin to change the very nature of a dog? Part 1. The white coat that ruined a career. The white German shepherd looks as if it were created especially for the movies. Against a dark forest, it almost glows. In the snow, it disappears, leaving only its eyes, nose, and outline. In motion, it retains everything people love about the German shepherd. A strong back, alert ears, a deep chest, a purposeful stride, and the sense of a dog that is always thinking half a second ahead. But its story did not begin as the story of a beautiful rarity. It began as an argument. White puppies appeared among German shepherds not because of mysticism or albinism. It is an inherited coat color. These dogs usually have a dark nose, dark lips, dark eyelids, and normal pigmentation. In other words, this is not a sickly, pale wolf, but a German shepherd with white fur. The problem was not working ability. The problem was that a white dog did not fit the familiar image of the breed. The German shepherd became a symbol of police work, the military, guarding, and tracking. Its appearance was associated with discipline and service. Against that backdrop, white fur seemed too unusual. Gradually, an aesthetic prejudice turned into official restrictions. In some systems, these dogs could be registered as German shepherds, but the show ring was closed to them. In others, the white coat was effectively pushed out of breeding programs. And this is where a strange paradox appears. Coat color did not turn a puppy into a different breed. It could grow into an attentive, trainable, people-oriented dog, and still become an outsider among its own kind solely because of its color. But the greatest irony was hidden in the breed's own pedigree. Greif von Sparwasser was white, the grandfather of Horand von Grafrath, the first dog entered in the German Shepherd stud book. So the color that people later tried to eliminate had been present at the very origins of the breed. The white shepherd was not an outsider that had slipped in. It had been part of the family from the beginning. Today, the white shepherd looks like a visitor from a northern fairy tale. Yet beneath that appearance remains the familiar shepherd instinct. Stay tuned in to its handler, read the situation, and be ready to act. And that is exactly why it holds our gaze so completely. Part 2. The white Swiss shepherd dog, an image that became a breed. Now imagine that this white image was not discarded from history, but protected and preserved. That is how the white Swiss shepherd dog came to be. It does not look like an accidental color variation. It looks like a fully realized idea. White fur, dark pigmentation, upright ears, a smoother, more harmonious outline. Its German roots are still easy to see, but the overall impression is different. Less a service dog guarding a border, more an attentive companion at a person's side. The breed's history came full circle. White shepherds survived in the United States and Canada, and in the early 1970s, they began to be imported into Switzerland. One of the founders of the European line was an American male named Lobo, born in 1966. In 1991, white shepherds began to be registered in the appendix to the Swiss stud book. Later, the Fédération Cynologique Internationale recognized them as a separate breed. So this is not a purer German shepherd, and not simply a rare coat color. It is an independent breed with its own standard and its own direction of development. The official description presents the white Swiss Shepherd dog as a lively, well-balanced, attentive, and highly trainable companion. It is valued for its ability to engage in work while also fitting easily into human social life. That is what sets its image apart from the harder-edged tradition of classic service dogs. It loses neither strength nor drive, but expresses them more gently through connection, movement, and constant attention to its person. When a dog like this walks beside someone, it is not only the white coat that catches the eye. The contrast is what impresses. Outwardly, it looks almost like a predator shaped from snow. In its behavior, it is a dog that is always checking where its person is. Part 3. The Blue Bay Shepherd. A dog almost no one has seen. But if the white Swiss Shepherd dog is a dream that has already been shaped into a breed, the Blue Bay Shepherd is a dream that is still being assembled. Long legs, an elongated body, pale eyes, and a blue-gray coat that changes with the light. In the shade, it looks colder. In the sun, it turns silver. And in motion, the wolf-like outline becomes especially striking. On camera, the word large means almost nothing, but beside two bloodhounds, the scale becomes clearer. This particular male, Kurgan, stands taller than dogs that are themselves considered large. At that moment, the Blue Bay no longer looks like an unusually colored shepherd. It looks like a genuine, long-legged giant. Beside a German shepherd, the wolf effect comes from more than color. Kurgan appears taller, leggier, and longer-bodied, while the shepherd's outline looks more compact and familiar. It is in a direct comparison like this that you notice how profoundly proportions alter our perception of a dog. But an exact definition matters here. The Blue Bay Shepherd remains a breed development project that is still evolving. The project was created by American breeder Vicky Spencer, and the formula was more complicated than simply shepherd plus wolf. The foundation stock for the first litters included old-style blue German shepherds imported from Europe and Spencer's own line of blue wolfdogs. Those wolfdogs were already about 5 generations removed from a pure wolf. That is why the puppies born in 2011 were considered F6, not direct wolfdog hybrids. Later, Blue Bays were bred to one another, while carefully selected herding and northern breeds were added to broaden the gene pool. The complete makeup of all the lines used has not been publicly disclosed. The name Blue Bay refers to two things at once: the blue color of the first German shepherds used as the project's foundation and its place of origin, Palm Bay, Florida. The concept sounded almost like a formula for the ideal cinematic dog. Preserve the trainability and devotion of a shepherd, add a wolf-like appearance, and create a large companion that could never be mistaken for an ordinary breed. This is still a very young and rare line, so most people have seen the Blue Bay only in photographs and short videos. That is where its special magic comes from. Viewers look at it and cannot immediately decide what is standing before them: a shepherd, a wolf dog, or some unknown northern breed. Part 4. Where the image ends and the wolf begins. Until now, we have been talking about dogs that look wolf-like. Now we move to those whose history contains a wolf that is no longer a metaphor. The Czechoslovakian Wolfdog did not begin as a domestic fantasy for beautiful walks. Its story started in 1955 with an experiment that crossed German shepherds with Carpathian wolves. The goal was to combine the trainability of a service dog with the endurance, senses, and resilience of a wolf. And the idea itself sounds like the dream of a military dog handler. Take the intelligence and responsiveness of a shepherd. Add the wolf's ability to move efficiently across difficult terrain, its sharp hearing, sense of smell, and rapid reactions. The result should be the perfect patrol dog. But nature is not a construction set. where you can simply choose the best pieces and avoid complicated consequences. The Czechoslovakian Wolfdog truly is impressive. It is lean, powerful, and built for endurance. It moves efficiently, as if calculating every step in advance, and that endurance was more than a bold claim. The breed underwent distance trials ranging from 25-mile speed tests to endurance routes stretching more than 60 miles. Its low, economical stride was not merely part of its wolf-like image. It was how the dog conserved energy over long distances. It has the energy of a working dog, yet its obedience never feels automatic. If a German Shepherd often asks, "What are we doing?" then a wolfdog sometimes seems to ask, "Why?" That independence makes its character every bit as noticeable as its appearance. The Saarloos Wolfhund, often called the Saarloos Wolfdog in English, followed a different path toward its wolf-like appearance. In 1932, Dutch breeder Leendert Saarloos crossed a German Shepherd with a European she-wolf named Allure. He believed domestic dogs had drifted too far from nature and wanted to restore more natural and working qualities to the shepherd. The result brought an unexpected turn. Some of the early dogs were even tested as guide dogs for blind people. But as the line developed, it became clear that the wolf traits had not enhanced all-purpose working ability. They had changed the very character of the dog. The Saarloos Wolfhund retained independence, caution, and a tendency to avoid unfamiliar situations. It can form a deep bond with its own people, but usually keeps its distance from strangers and does not rush to make contact. The Czechoslovakian Wolfdog gives the impression of an athlete and explorer. The Saarloos is an observer. One seems to test what lies ahead. The other first decides whether it is worth approaching at all. And here lies the true boundary between a wolf-like appearance and wolf ancestry. You see it not only in the ears, coat, or shape of the eyes, but in the response to novelty, distance, pressure, and the freedom to make its own choices. On camera, both breeds resemble wolves. But now we know that this is more than a convincing silhouette. Behind it lies a real human attempt to take a piece of the wild and weave it into the domestic dog. Finale: the dream of a wolf at home. People dream of having a wolf at home because the wolf seems like the last symbol of true freedom. It does not belong to the city, it asks no permission, and it goes wherever the forest leads. And when someone sees a white shepherd or a wolf dog, for a second they feel it. There it is. I can touch that wildness. I can bring it into my home. I can make it mine. But the truth is more subtle. A wolf does not become domestic simply because a person admires its beauty. And a dog does not become a wolf simply because it has white fur, long legs, and an icy stare. From the white German Shepherd to the Saarloos Wolfhund, it is not only the appearance that changes. Step by step, the distance between dog, human, and wolf changes too. People dream of bringing wildness home, but what they bring home is neither a symbol nor a beautiful picture. It is a living, intelligent, sensitive dog with a character of its own. And perhaps that is even better than a wolf. Because the real miracle is not owning the wild. It is that an animal with the appearance of a legend chooses to walk beside a human. Which of these dogs would you choose for yourself? A white German Shepherd, a white Swiss Shepherd dog, a blue Bay Shepherd, or one of the true wolf dog breeds? Tell us in the comments, and be sure to add which rare breed we should explore next. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.